Hello. I hope you're having a great time. This chapter has taught us so much about quadrilaterals, especially parallelograms. We gained quite some insight into these special types of quadrilaterals as we discussed two of their inherent properties in the previous video. And if you remember, we concluded the video on the note that we would be discussing some interesting properties in this one. So now that we are here, let's get ready to know parallelograms better. We began our quest of understanding the properties of a parallelogram by breaking it into triangles, remember? We would utilize the same idea to visualize another interesting property of a parallelogram. So let's do a quick revision before we advance towards proving this property mathematically. We saw that if we take a parallelogram, say ABCD, and join its non-adjacent vertices, we would get the diagonals AC and BD. And on cutting the parallelogram along one of its diagonals, say AC, we would get two triangles, namely ABC and CDA. Superimposing these triangles like this showed us that the two triangles coincide perfectly, which made it easy to conclude that the triangles were congruent, right? And since the sides matched perfectly, we could say that sides CB and AD were equal, and so were sides BA and DC. We know this like the back of our hands, don't we? But what if I tell you that we missed something? Something that's hidden in plain sight. That's not possible. We went through it so many times. Although there's no denying that we did go through this umpteen times, we somehow failed to reckon that since these two triangles coincide perfectly, this angle would be equal to this angle. Whoa! See what we were missing? It's so evident and yet we didn't see it coming. This is why it is important to change our perspectives from time to time so we can see the bigger picture. Let's not get too philosophical here. If we name these angles 1 and 3, we can say that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Now, if we had cut the parent parallelogram along the other diagonal BD, we would again get two triangles, namely BAD and DCB. And superimposing them like this would show us that these angles, say 2 and 4, are also equal. Now comes the fun part. If you observe carefully, you will be able to see that these are nothing but the opposite angles of this parallelogram. Amazing, isn't it? You can try cutting different parallelograms along each of their diagonals one by one. In each case, you would arrive at the same conclusions. The triangles are congruent, the opposite sides of the parallelograms are equal, and the opposite angles of the parallelograms are also equal. This makes it obvious that the opposite angles of all parallelograms are equal. There you have it, our third property. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So, considering this as a theorem, let's try to prove it mathematically. Our motive is to prove that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So, let's take a parallelogram, say ABCD, and name its different interior angles 1, 2, 3, and 4. We basically need to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 3 and angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So, any idea how we can do that? No? That's alright. Let's explore together. Joining non-adjacent vertices A and C would divide this parallelogram into triangles ABC and CDA, which, as per the first property, are congruent. Even if we didn't know the first property, we can very easily show that these angles over here actually form pairs of alternate angles and hence are equal. And this side is common in both the triangles. It's easy to see then that these triangles ABC and CDA are congruent by the ASA rule. And now that the congruence of the triangles is proved, it's easy to conclude that angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because they are actually corresponding paths of congruent triangles. Thus, the first part of the requirement is proved. Now, if we join non-adjacent vertices B and D, the parallelogram would now be divided into triangles BAD and DCB, which again would be congruent by the first property and also by the same ASA rule. Then angle 2 is equal to angle 4 because they are actually corresponding paths of congruent triangles. See, both parts of the requirement are proved. Thus, we can very easily say that in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are indeed equal. That was easy peasy, wasn't it? Now, just to look at things from a different perspective, what do you think would be the converse of this theorem? Let's figure out. This theorem basically says that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, each pair of its opposite angles is equal. Now, here the given part is that the quadrilateral is a parallelogram and the proved part is that each pair of its opposite angles is equal. So, on switching the given and the proved, we get the converse of this theorem, which can be written as if in a quadrilateral each pair of opposite angles is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So, do you think this too holds true? Well, it feels like it, but we can't really say for sure until we prove it. So let's get on with it right away. Say we have a quadrilateral ABCD where the opposite angles are equal. So on naming these angles 1, 2, 3 and 4, we can say that angle 1 is equal to angle 3 and angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Now, what do you think would be the sum of all these angles? Well, the angle sum property of quadrilateral teaches us that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 360 degrees. So, on using the given information in this equation, we can rewrite it as angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 360 degrees. Now, on adding the like terms and then taking 2 common, we arrive at 2 into angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 360 degrees. Thus, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Now, let us extend the sides containing these angles 1 and 2. Doesn't this remind you of a pair of parallel lines and a transversal? Looks pretty similar, right? Now, I do not know if you remember, but we have studied a theorem in our previous classes which taught us that if the interior angles on the same side of a transversal line intersecting two lines are supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. Here in this quadrilateral, AB acts as a transversal intersecting or meeting lines BC and DA, which implies that angles 1 and 2 are actually interior angles on the same side of the transversal. We have already seen that they are supplementary. Thus, following this theorem, we arrive at the conclusion that opposite sides BC and DA are indeed parallel. Now, here we have angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. But we know that angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Then angle 1 plus angle 4 is also equal to 180 degrees. Here again, if we just extend the sides containing the angles 1 and 4, we can very easily visualize that CB acts as a transversal intersecting or meeting the lines BA and DC. Now, it's pretty evident then that angles 1 and 4 are actually interior angles on the same side of the transversal CB. And we have already seen that they are supplementary. So it is implied that the opposite sides BA and DC are actually parallel. So basically, we have a quadrilateral where each pair of opposite sides is parallel. Fits the definition of a parallelogram perfectly. Thus, we can say that ABCD is actually a parallelogram. See, we proved this one too. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? We proved the third property and we saw that the converse also holds true. By now, you have got quite some clarity about the diagonals, the sides, and even the angles of a parallelogram. A couple more properties to go and you will be able to visualize parallelograms like never before. You wouldn't even need a second look to determine whether a shape is a parallelogram or not. But for that, it's imperative that we quickly summarize whatever we have studied today and head on to the next one. Till then, stay curious and stay amazing. So, in this video, we explored one more interesting property of parallelograms. We saw that in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Whatever is given in a theorem, the same is to be proved in its converse. And whatever is proved in a theorem, it is given in the converse. If in a quadrilateral, each pair of opposite angles is equal, then it is a parallelogram.